Hi everyone, this is Board Games Bourbon. I'm Glenn Flaherty, and right now I'm going to talk to you about this super cool game called Cartographers. Now, this is a roll and write game being put out by Thunderworks. It was made by Jordi Adon, and he's actually put out another one that I'll talk about in a future video, all pretty good. Now, I want to bring this to your attention because it's not only a really good multiplayer game along the lines of quality like Lantern Dice, the solo experience is phenomenal. And if you want to know kind of what it kind of rubs elbows with, imagine Tiny Towns crossed with Isle of Skye, two very good games. Now, the premise of the game is you are a cartographer. You're going to have this map here, and it has certain elements. It has like ruin posts, it has mountains that can give you money. And what you're trying to do is you are trying to draw these elements in your map and score the most time before an entire year passes. Now, the way time passes in the game, and this is the timer of it, is you're going to get these cards. This says spring. There are 8 elements, 8 time in this season. And what that means is you're going to pull cards. They all have different times on it. This says 2. So this card alone ate up 1/4 of your spring. When you reach 8 cards, you got to move on to the next season. But in the spring season, you are going to score 2 different attributes that you're trying to add to your map. In this case, you're adding attribute A and B. Okay, and A and B are right here. Now, the way you get these attributes into the game are the following. You're going to have 4 types of attributes. These are kind of like forest attributes. These are water and farming attributes. This is a housing attribute in red. And then this is kind of like space attributes here. You choose one of each and you lay it out. Okay, it doesn't matter where it goes. You just need one of each. Okay, so what it's going to say in spring is attribute A and B are going to score. Now, what are those elements? Well, in this case specifically, we have for attribute A, we have borderlands. And this is saying that you're going to score 6 points for having a row or a column that's fully filled in. Okay, you're going to get 6 points. Sounds like a lot. You just got to get rows or columns. That should be pretty easy. And in a multiplayer game, it's a little bit easier than the solo, because in the solo game, because you're playing against yourself, this card might tell you you're getting 6 by 6. But if you look in the corner, where it says, and let's see if we can get the camera to focus on that. Yeah, there it is. What this says down here is 24. And what that means is that's like a negative 24 points. So you think you got all these 6-point rows and columns only to get 24 of them yanked away from you. Oh, that's the worst. Attribute B, in this case, is building like little red parts, and you're basically going to create 2 islands, a large island and a small island of red figures, or like arrows or houses, however you want to describe it. Okay, village in the game is what it's called, but your biggest one won't score. Your second one will score, and you're going to get 2 points for each one in that. That's like Lantern's Dice. They have that scoring condition as well. The golden Granary, let's see, can I pick this up without destroying it? And what this says is you will earn 1 reputation star for each water space adjacent to a ruin space, earn 3 reputation stars for each farm space. Okay, so you get points for water, 1, 3 for a farm. And what is a ruin? Well, a second ago I mentioned that on this card, on this piece of paper here, there are these very light ruins. Okay, and as we go through this deck of when you pull out cards, let's see if I can find one in here. Hopefully I stacked it. Outpost card, or excuse me, yeah, ruins card. When you pull a ruin card like this, okay, what it means is whatever you pull next, boop, has to be attached to a ruin figure on your piece of paper. So in this case, this card says that I can either draw a forest or a little village, and it has to be in that shape. And you can flip this shape however you wish, but it must be attached to this, or this ruin. That's pretty important, because as you go on with the game and you're trying to score points, that can kind of mess you up. But there's another element that can mess you up in the game too, and that is called the ambushes. The ambushes actually make the game really, really interactive with other people, because you can sabotage. So basically what happens is, and they have 2 forms of instructions on it. if you're playing the multiplayer game, when this card comes out, you're going to switch your paper with another person, and then they get to draw this shape of bad guys on your board, okay? Wherever they wish. And that could totally mess up your plans, but that's kind of fun at the same time. Should you be playing solo, and you have to look really closely, there's a little diagram up here, okay? And what this little diagram is, it tells you what corner, what quadrant of your map you're going to draw this shape in yourself. Okay, and then what happens is you get negative points for every adjacent square that's not encapsulated, that's not blocked off by other features. Okay, so this can be a persistent thorn in your side when you're playing. And what happens is every time we play season, you mix this into the deck, wherever it might be, and if it comes out, you got to suffer it. Okay, lastly, when we look at the cards, there's two elements. Let me pick this out as an example. We're going to look at this farm. When you look at the farm, and this is true for multi or solo, you're going to put the farm in your map, and you have either the choice of drawing a small 2-point configuration and taking a coin, or putting it into this kind of XY chart right there, right? That little X. Now, why would you do one or the other? Well, one, it might be part of your plan, but two, early in the game, one of the scoring conditions for every season is at the end of the season, you score what you have, your shapes. Did you meet condition A and B, for the spring, B and C for the next, C and D for the next, D and A for the next. But you're also going to score one, the bad guys. So you might want to enclose them with the bigger shape, help cut off some edges so there's not adjacent spaces to the bad guys, to the goblins. Or you might take this because you get a coin. And as you get coins in the game, you're going to get those two ways. Either the card directly will give it to you, or the mountain will give it to you. The mountain will give you coins if you encapsulate a mountain. And these are persistent. So the earlier you get them, it scores 4 times. If I get one here, it'll score here, 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 and here. If I get 2, it'll score here, here, and here, and it becomes a lot. So the earlier you get coins, the higher its value. Right now, if I take that, ultimately at the end of the game, this is going to be worth 4 points. So this game is offering quite a lot of strategy and decision points that are all valid. Okay, so now how will this go? Let me show you how a round is going to play as a solo player. And let me just make sure I didn't screw myself up here too bad. Okay, I put 1 ambush in the deck. Good. I'm going to shuffle these, and I'm going to mangle the cards. So I'm really trying to learn how to do this thing. Oh, well, not that dramatic. But I can do the shuffle. I can't do the bridge thing. Anywho, okay, we are in spring. Spring says it takes 8. Let's flip this down. Okay, the first thing it says here is Marshland. Okay, it says Marshland. Marshland is either the forest or the water, and I kind of put it in this T shape however I want. The T shape, how is it going to help me? Well, I could put it in the corner to try to score a borderland, but that's a big to-do there. I mean, I might want to do it just to try to, counterpoint the fact that it's like negative 24 points. Maybe I want the forest because that's part of this condition over here. The last condition in the game is D, and it says here, Sentinel Wood. Earn 1 reputation star for each forest space adjacent to the edge of the map. Ooh, okay. Well, that seems like I should put this down now and start preparing for the end. So it's a T shape. Let's do it. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. Whoops. All right. There I go. And, the funny thing is the shape in here for the forest kind of looks like little green light bulbs. I don't know. Okay. So, and I'm quite the artist. So, kaboop. That's my shape. All right, good. So that was card number 1, and that was 2. 2 towards the 8. Pull the next card. Uh-oh, it's a ruin card, so the next thing has to be attached to a ruin. Wow, it's the next ruin card. Okay, and then it is a fishing village. So the fishing village is going to go somewhere attached. Okay, now it says water, but it also says village, and that'll score right now. So I might put my fishing village 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4 right there. Now, as always, I always do my games in marker because I commit to my failure. Okay, and I'm going to draw a little triangle to show that it's the house. Yeah, boys. All right, that's 4 time have passed out of 8. Moving on. Okay. Treetop Village. Okay. So I have the opportunity now to either put down my trees, okay, and get future points, 1 per square, or my village, 2 per square. Yeah, I might want to do that now. Because if I do that, I get 2 points, and it's a second little village. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, now I can't touch it to this, because if I touch it to this, I just have one big mass, so I need to be a second mass. Okay, so I'm going to go for village, and I am going to put that 1, 2, 1, 2, and then 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. I'm going to put it right here. That way I not only put it down, but now I took up 2 sides of a mountain with some sweet village triangles. Maybe I should call those teepees. Okay, so I'm 6 out of my 8. Now I'm going to go here to the Great River. A water element. I get 1 point if my water is 1. That's my C condition. So I'm kind of looking at the future here. Earn 1 reputation star for each water space adjacent to a ruin space. So here's a ruin space. I might want to do that anyway, just so I can kind of cut off a mountain. Yeah, I think I'm going to do that. Okay, so what I'm going to do here is you know what I'm going to do? Yeah. What I want to leave, I could take the larger shape here and completely block in my mountain and get 1 coin. Or I could put this, the smaller shape, the 3 at the bottom here. I would still get a coin. It would leave me a little bit of flexibility to fill in a ruin and maybe give me a point in the future. So I'm going to go with the smaller one. So I'm going to put a river right here. And wiggly line, that is what I do. And I get a coin. Okay. Now, luckily, 2, 4, 6, 8, no bad guys came out. Yes. Okay. And the season is over. 2, 4, 6. Oh, actually, no, it didn't. It's 8, 2, 4, 6, 7 points came out. Okay. So this is going to come out. Wow, that's a number 1 again. That is a farmland. Again, that's going to score me points if it's next to a ruin. I think what I'm going to do is I am going to plan for the future. Earn 1 reputation point. Wow, I would get it. Earn 3 reputation stars for each farm space on a ruin. Oh, shoot. Yeah, I'm going to put that on a ruin. Okay, so I get 3 points in the future if this farmland is on a ruin. So what I'm going to do is I am going to put a 2 spacer right here. This is farmland. Okay, when I take the 2 spacer, I get another coin, and it's sowing the seed of the future. Also, I just blocked in a mountain. So that's going to be persistent. I like that. Okay, now, finally, I've actually filled in all 8. Okay, so let's see what the scores are here. Condition A. Do I have 6 in a row? Nada. 0. Condition B, okay, my second mass. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So 4 is my second largest. I get 2 points. I get 8 points there. Doink. My coins, 3. Yoink. And my bad guy goblins, none. Okay, so I got 11 points there. 11 points sounds good, but my negative scores already are, let's see here, 24 plus 20, 44 plus 20, 64. Plus 25, 89. Good grief. Okay, well, anyway, that has passed. Okay, and I did not get to the bad guy. Okay, so now it's going to be a new season, and what I'm going to do is I am going to, I believe what you do every season is you shuffle a new, you remove the old one that you tackled, and then you put a new one in, right? Okay. And we're getting ready for round 2 here. Now we're moving on. And what you're going to notice is the seasons all have different numbers. Spring is 8, summer is 8, but fall is 7, and winter is 6. Going on to summer here, it's going to score condition B and C. And you're getting a feel for how this game works out. But the surprise will be at the end when you see how badly I do, because that's how I play games. Okay, so now this is really going to start coming into effect here. Let's flip the first card. It is a hamlet. So I'm going to build a village. I'm going to get some points here, and I'm going to score a point. Okay, so you know what I'm going to do? I'm actually going to connect my hamlet here. Okay, because now what I did is now I made this the largest. So when I score my B structure, I'm going to get 10 points for that. Plus it gave me a coin, and that's going to be persistent. Because when in the summer, when I score this tile here, I'm actually going to score 4 points now. So you can see how it's building up there. Okay, so that's 1 point towards the end. The next one is a farmland. Holla. Ooh, I am going to put my farmland. Uh-oh. It needs to be... It needs to be 2 squares. Well, what am I going to do? Here, I'm going to get 3 points if it's on the space. So I might want to do that and take a coin. Why not? Let's live a little. I'm going to put it here. I'm going to take the coin because I took the small space, and I'm going to score 3 points at the end. All right, I have 2 out of my 8. Outpost. All right. And an orchard. So now the orchard has to be attached to a ruin, and that is going to score each 1 reputation star for each forest adjacent to the edge of the map. Okay, well that sounds fine. It has to be attached anyway. I'm going to go for this shape, and I'm going to put down the green. So I'm going to do this because it actually does that. And those are my trees. It actually goes pretty briskly too. I got to tell you, the setup is not bad. Uh-oh. So now the bad guy comes out here. Okay, so now this is the onslaught. The onslaught says it has to be drawn in this corner. It has to be in that shape. Now what's going to happen is every exposed corner of this is really going to be a negative point for me. What I'm going to do is I'm going to put it right here in this quadrant. Okay, this is the bad guy, and it kind of looks like a bunny rabbit when I draw it, but you know, the artist that I am. Right now, I have 2 negative points. I feel like I've kind of mitigated that pretty darn well. 1, 2, 3, 4 towards my 8. Okay, moving on. I have a 2-pointer, the hinterland, which always makes me think of pandemic. And I score a lot of points. 3 points. Well, I don't want to keep cutting that off, do I? There's only one way I can score it, and that's if it's on an outpost. Dearie me. By the way, when I use this, the bad guy goes out of the game. Okay, I have these up just so you can see what they are, but normally they're down and you don't know what you're shuffling in. Goodness me. Oh, there's really no good place, you know. Let's live a little. I'm gonna put a farmland here. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. Because I have no concept of what's a smart idea. Okay, that is done. Okay, so now I'm at 6. This is probably a 2-pointer. That's a 0-pointer. Holy moly's. Well, shoot, I am going to put my riffland. I'm definitely going to put a farm here, because the farm is going to score me 1 point, plus it just gave me a coin to score. Dig it, and it was 0 points. 1, 2. I'm still at 6. Wow, so many cards came out. Okay, this is going to be the last one for summer. The marshlands. Once again, I am going to go for those edge points. So let's do it. I'm going to go here, here, and we're going to put that. Nice. Okay, and I have scored that. So now the conditions. Okay, we're scoring. Condition B is the small island gets 2. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. That's big. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. This is smaller. That's a smaller one. I get 10 points. Nice. Condition C says you get 3 points for every covered ruin, of which I have 1, 2, 3. That's 9, plus 1 for every adjacent water, of which I have not done any. So I get 9. I will take 9 gladly. My coins, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Digging it. And then my adjacent space for the bad guys. Now the question is, let's see. Is it 1 point or 2 points? I always forget. Let's look in the rule book. By the way, the rule book is very small. It's actually very clear. I just play so many games. I have to remember when we're scoring. Let's see. End of the season. Each player loses 1 star for each empty space adjacent. Okay. Okay. So adjacent kind of means like orthogonal in most games, not diagonal. So I have 1, I have 2. So I have -2 right there. So I have 10, 19, 25, 10, 19, 25, -2, 23. Okay. So my running total is actually 34 at the moment. Okay. But remember that I think I said I had 89 negative points out here. Well, this is going to get hairy. Okay. Moving on to fall, C and D. I love how quickly this goes. Let's put in this card here. putting in a new attack. I'm really going to be in tough spot if it's going to be in the upper quadrant. But the rules say basically if you can't get in the upper quadrant, you just kind of make it as close as you can, which I appreciate. They're not, they're not trying to worry you here. Thank goodness. Okay. First card is going to be the Marshall. Heck yeah, I'm going for that. I'm going to put that down. Marshlands, I said the Marshall. I'm going to do that because it not only gives me points, but it's helping close in the mountain. Now, fall is only 2 points, by the way, and it's scoring C and D. So it doesn't really behoove me to even worry about this anymore. So I'm going straight for Homestead, okay? Homestead, I'm going to make this shape here. And, okay, that's going to close it in. I'm at 4. This, oh my goodness, I got ambushed again. Okay, Knoll Raid. And it's in the upper quadrant, and it's kind of in the shape of a C. So I'm going to put my shape of C here. Not so bad. I actually, cut off quite a lot of it. Not so bad. I can deal. Okay, so I'm at 4. I'm at 5, another Forgotten Forest. I'm going to flip the forest, and I am going to put that right here. Boom. And that cuts off 2 adjacents. Nice. So that's 5, and oh my gosh, 6 river and a coin. Yeah, I'm going to take river and a coin. I'm going to put my river here. Wiggly line, wiggly line, wiggly line. Another thing, and this should be my last card. It is a 0. Gosh, you never know what's coming. 2, 4, 6. Yeah, I only have 6, and I've taken a ton of cards. I am going to put my tree right there. Okay, now I cut off a lot of my bad guy. And now I have my hamlet. I'm going to put my hamlet right here to make this area bigger. Yeah, here. Okay, so now that... Oh, but it doesn't score me. Well, shoot. That wasn't smart, but I get a coin. That's fine. Okay, what do I have here? 2, 4, 6, 7. Okay, and the season's over. Okay, so now I am going to do the scoring for C and D. Okay, so I'm going to score 3 points for every covered ruin. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5. So I get 10 points. The D condition, I get 1 point for every tree right next to the edge. So I get 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14 points. Nice. Digging it. Coins. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. And my bad guys only have 2 adjacent. So -2. Not bad. 10, 24, 32, 30 points there. So what am I at so far? I'm at 11 plus 34, which is 45, plus 30, 75. Okay, I'm working myself out of a hole. And now we're going to go to the winter. I'm going to put this back in. I'm going to put my last bad guy here. Another thing is when you have the bad guys, you can kind of plan on what you're going to deal with, which is always kind of cool. Make sure that I can get this all filmed, and we're going to do fine. I think you've been getting a good idea of how to play this game. Okay, so we only get 6 points here. Let's do it. Farmland. Okay, farmland again. It's going to give me 2 points. I'm going to put it right here. 2-point farmland. And that's going to surround and give me a point. I got 2 more coins. I dig it. I like to go for those easy, fast points. Outpost, which is why I did not put it over an outpost, because I thought I might need this, and I only had 1 left. And it is going to be a fishing village. Either water or a village. Doesn't really matter at this point. I will say I'm going to do a village. It has to be in 4, which is kind of a stinker. 1, 2, 3, 4, and I will make that a fishing village. That's 3 points. I only have 3 to go. Orchard, once again. Orchard's definitely going to go here. Yes, because it scores. 1, 2, 3. Do. Okay, and that is 5 points. So this should be the last one. And I get a treetop. And I'm going to lay it right here. I'm going to flip it around. 1, 2, 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 1, 2, 3. Wow, nice. Okay, cool. Did it. Okay, let's score that one. So the decondition is trees again. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17 points. Rocking and a rolling. Condition A is if I have something totally full. Whoa! I did totally fill one. Unexpected. I got 6 points. Nice. Coins. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. I feel good about this. And for my bad guys, I have 1, 2, just -2. Okay. So I have 17 plus 6, 23, 33, 31, plus my 75 from before is 106. And now what we're going to do is we're going to compare it to the book. And 106, now I have to subtract what I scored over here. Let's see, what did I say it was? 24, 44, 64, 89. Minus 89 is 1 to bring it to 90, 11, 17 points. See, I thought I had so many points, but I had 17. 17 puts me a journeyman topographer, almost to a master mapsmith. Well, I can do what I can. I have never gotten close to legendary. But anyway, that is how the game works. It's really cool, very fast and simple. It looks great. All the decision points are there in solo mode. And as multiplayer, it's going to feel like Tiny Towns meets Isle of Skye. I really, really do enjoy it. So once again, that game is Cartographers. Give that a whirl. I highly encourage you to get it. It's one of the best roll and writes out there. Okay, thanks everyone. Talk to you soon. And if you have questions about gameplay, let me know. And if you feel like supporting the channel, I have this little thing called coffee. Thank you everyone. Talk to you later. Bye.